almost beggars belief that we live in a time when there's more than enough food to feed every one of the more than 8.2 billion people alive on Earth, that the UN, for just the third time in 20 years, has declared a full-blown famine. The famine is in a large region in Sudan. In one refugee camp, a child dies every 2 hours. Experts reckon that the current Sudanese emergency is worse than the much publicised Ethiopian famine of the 1980s, and that between 6 and 10 million people will die as a result by 2027. It's due to the civil war, which has destroyed crops and disrupted supply lines. It's not for me to comment on the politics, nor do I have any expertise into what can be done to help the humanitarian emergency. Nor do I wish to shock or appeal to emotions. My point here is merely a reality check. Now, this may be an unpopular opinion, but it's worth stating. While some people are worrying about which foods will cause inflammation and glucose spikes, while influencers are fear-mongering foods and giving false promises, there are people in the world suffering, dying from lack of calories and protein right now. I don't wish to trivialise the concerns of food-related chronic disease. It's a very serious public health problem. Indeed, much of my own content discusses this. But sometimes I think it's worth pausing to acknowledge that we should be grateful that we have available before us more than sufficient food. Think about that. There are people in the world suffering right now because they don't have enough food.